Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we're going to make two decorative cutting boards in black and cream to go along with all the other beautiful black and cream home decor items we have been making, and I think these are going to be fabulous. So as you are hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle, all that normal good stuff. These projects start with a decorative wood cutting board. There's a circle, super nice, and there's a rectangle also. And a few months, maybe 3-4 months ago, I did this project using the rectangle. We're going to do something similar. In fact, I love this stencil, so we're going to use the same one again, but it's going to be black and cream. And then we're going to do something really different with the circle that I have painted black. So as you are hopping on, say hello to me. Let me know I'm not just standing in my craft room talking to my cell phone. Feel free to ask questions, feel free to sprinkle, all that good stuff. Okay, before I came live, I have been working because I think it's boring to watch crafters paint and then have to wait for it to dry. So, I painted the front and the back one coat with Waverly in ink. This stuff comes from Walmart, and mine is almost empty, so I'm going to need to go get some more. So I did this one, and then I painted one coat front and back on the round one using the same kind of paint, Waverly, in my favorite color, which is called Plaster. They're both dry. Then I gave the front of them just a quick little dusting, a little sanding with my little mini sander, wiped it off, took them outside, and gave them a coat of this clear matte sealer spray. Why? Well, because these are both wood, and wood is tricky sometimes to stencil. So I almost always, before I'm going to stencil on them, I will spray my wood, whether they're painted, stained, or natural. I'll spray it with a clear matte sealer spray, because what that does is it makes it so that the wood can't suck in a whole bunch of your medium, your chalk paste in this instance, and spread it all out and make it super fuzzy. So that's why I do that. And you can use any brand you want. Today I have Rust-Oleum Clear Matte Sealer Spray Ultra 2x cover from Walmart. You can pick that stuff up everywhere. Okay, so let me think. Which one do you want to start with? Let's start with the rectangle because we're going to do something different. We're going to use the same stencil that I've used 100 times on adorable t-shirt sleeves to do sort of the outside of this piece. And then we will use this, not by my strength, to do the inside. So I need some tape because I want to tape it off so I don't, oops, go over it. And let's see, we're going to be using Almond Latte, which is sort of a creamy color, keeping up with this cream and black theme. So I don't want to get my decorative stencil on the center of my, whoops, I need to scooch this down on my wood piece. And let me grab some scissors. I could have taped this beforehand, but I didn't. Oh my gosh, these are going to be so cute. So cute. And I'm enjoying doing this black and cream theme. I hope you are too. So I'm not pressing this down super hard. I'm just protecting the center so that I don't stencil it with my filigree stencil. I'm just cutting this off. It's not super precise. And I only did one coat, but honestly, it probably could have used two. But I was in a hurry, and I had a lot to do. Hey, what do you guys think about my sweatshirt? I don't know if you remember, at the start of this week, I shared this blogger's post on how she likes to make over sweatshirts. And I did what she talked about in her blog post to make this sweatshirt that we did on Sunday that says Grow in Grace. It's a $20 sweatshirt, a men's sweatshirt from Target, to make it more comfortable and just, I think, to make it cute. So I cut off the collar right next to where the stitching is. And I cut off the bottom, and then I cut 4 inches off of the sleeves, rolled it up. I'll tell you how this washes. It should wash just fine, I hope. But anyways, I like it so much better. The sleeves on the men's sweatshirts from Target were really long. And to me, that feels uncomfortable to have it all bunched up at your elbows. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Watch out sweatshirts in my closet, because you're gonna... A friend of mine from high school, Sarah, was watching something I posted about the sweatshirt makeover, and she was so stylish, oh my gosh. Anyways, she still is so stylish. She said that sweatshirts were not safe in her possession when she was in high school, because she would cut the necks out. We'd cut like all kinds of crazy things. What do you use to seal a door leaner in weather? Okay, well, that's a very good question. That's going to be on wood, right? So I would just use a clear matte sealer spray. And I would do a light coat, let it dry a couple hours, do another light coat, let it dry a couple hours, and do another light coat. However, you know, it's not going to hold up if it's actually exposed to the elements. So you don't want for your wood door leaner or porch sitter to get actually rained on or snowed on or sleeted on. So that's what I would do, especially if you use chalk paste, because you don't want it to smear all over. All right, so like I said a few minutes ago, we're going to use this awesome stencil. It's called Filigree Leaf. I've used it 100 times on t-shirt sleeves, front and back. Sometimes I've done them on the inside. It is a great stencil. Is this my brand new one? This might be. Let me see if I can find my older one. I'm coming. Where are you? Here it is. Okay. And I am going to fuzz it a little bit because I don't want to pull anything up. And I don't want to stretch it. So this is going to cover the front handle and the outside edges. Oh gosh, this is not very sticky at all because I've used it so much. We'll just do a very quick fuzz. There we go. And it absolutely does not matter how you lay it on here because this does not have any particular direction. Okay, and I can see now where the center is that I don't want to stencil on. Okay, going along with this cream and black theme, I'm using Almond Latte chalk paste, which is a great color. If you don't have this yet, you should get it. And I'm going to just stir it up and put some blobs on here. I haven't done this technique before. I really hope it works. We'll see. Okay, and I'm just using a small cut apart squeegee. And push it through the holes around the edge of my stencil. I do want it to go all the way out to the edges of this wood cutting board. Oh, and also I want to answer a question in advance that I know I'll get. How can I make this so that you could actually cut or serve, you know, food on it? The answer is, this is decorative. You could use that clear matte sealer spray. In fact, I'm sure I will when I'm all finished. Just picking up the big blobs. But even still, it's not going to be able to go into a sink of water, and it is definitely not going to be good with wet food on it. Oh, it looks really cool, you guys. Okay. Oh no, did I forget my tub of water? I did. I might have to sneak off. I was so excited that I forgot to do it. So let me quick just get some water from the bathroom right here, and I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Okie dokie. All right. So I just added a little bit of water, and with these big stencils, I fold them over on themselves so that the fronts are facing, not sticky side to sticky side. And when I'm all finished, I will come back and wash that off in the sink. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes. And let's move on to our next project. You always want to get your lids closed. Hey, and let me tell you a secret. These chalk pastes are made out of something that was once a solid, like a mineral, calcium bicarbonate. And it wants to go back to that. It's just the natural order of things. So you can extend the life of your chalk paste if you open them regularly, you know, a couple times a month, stir them, add a little bit of distilled water, not tap water. That can keep them from getting hard. But in general, I would say that the shelf life of a chalk paste is 6 months to a year. Possibly longer if you do good chalk maintenance. So don't buy a ton of colors that you won't be planning to use till next summer. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is with this, and we're going to do an interesting edge after we get the stencil in the center, and we're going to use this. This is called Woods. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll get a link for it for you guys. These are beautiful deer, and they're not specific to any season, although I think they're lovely in the fall, at Christmas, pretty much any time of year. Winter Woods is what this is called, and it has these beautiful like trees that look like birch to me. Okay, so I'm fuzzing it. Let me scooch my my camera back a little bit. Let's see. Oops, I don't want to tip it over. Okay, maybe you can see just a little bit better. So I could fuzz on this sweatshirt. I could fuzz on a pair of jeans, on a t-shirt, on a low-lint tea towel, or on this, which is called a tacky towel. The outside, the green part's for fuzzing, the inside is for patting them dry. Like if you're doing 10 of the same project, I usually wash in between every time, but then I'll pat them dry and keep going. Oops. Okay, I have to decide how I want this to be placed. And also, I do want my trees to be going straight up. We'll go with that. With this one, I can see where the edges. Okay, I'll also see that I have a little piece of something, fuzz or something. Looks like a little piece of wood on my stencil. Let me get that out. Get up there. Okay, I think I got it. So I'm going to press it down really good. Last year I made these beautiful canvases. Oh my gosh. That I painted pink, which sounds weird for Christmas. And then I used the, I think I used either the copper or the rose gold chalk paste to do these, and they were gorgeous. So, these stencils are reusable many, 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 many times, and I'll use them now for a while, and then I'll put it away. This was from last year, as a matter of fact, and I'll pull it back out next year, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after. Ooh, I'm almost out of chalk paste. Okay, so this is black chalk paste. And I'm just going to put a couple blobs on here. And let's see, I'm going to use a small squeegee because that helps me not to get crazy and get it everywhere. Did I say any of my normal stuff, like do this or this? If you're liking these projects, feel free to sprinkle, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so these cutting boards that I'm using here are a Magnolia product, and they are super nice. I totally would recommend them. Too much. And when I do my list of supplies, if you want that, I'll include. There's a rectangle and a circle. I like both of them. I wouldn't say that I like, you know, one shape better than another. They're both nice. Okay, so I'm just trying to get my chalk paste on. Wow, I went a little crazy with that. And have it go out to the edge, but not onto the edge around the outside. Okay, so I've got it on. Wow, I did have way too much chalk paste on here. I'm going to just pull off the big blobs, and then I'm going to force myself to stop. Because I don't want to push too much chalk paste underneath. And we can peek a little. So let's lift and peek. It looks great, you guys. This is going to be so pretty. Oh my gosh! If you don't have the stencil yet, you need it. Look at that. All right, this is going in my tub also. And I need to wipe my hands off. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely lovely. Okay, so off camera, I am going to be creating some bows. Just some stacked messy bows. Maybe similar to this, but with black and cream colors. I'm sure I'll use a little bit of lace. I'll probably use a little bit of canvas stack. I might use a button. I don't think I'll use bling on these, but that's a possibility. So this one, what I would do to finish it off, we'll do it right now, and then we'll come back to the other one that is still drying. I'm going to use a palette knife. This is a Dollar Tree palette knife. Have you ever played with these before? I'm going to use it to just do an edging, and then when that's dry, I will fiddle around with some a ribbon. Okay, so I just took a blob and I'm putting it on my little plastic, my little paper plate palette. And you're going to hold your palette knife like this. They have real ones at art supply stores and craft stores that are metal, that look, you know, like this idea. But honestly, this came a set of 3 from Dollar Tree. It's my favorite, and this is my favorite shape. So I'm just going to dip it in my chalk paste, and then I'm just going to kind of go around the edge. You can use paint to do this part too, but since I have my chalk paste out, I might as well use chalk paste. However, don't ever, in my opinion, ever use paint on your stencils. Unless you're okay with buying a $20 stencil that you can only use twice. For me, personally, I want to abuse my stencils. And I want to use mine 30 or 40 or 50 times. And the issue with paint is that it dries quickly and it will clog the little holes in your mesh stencil, and that is what gives you the design. And then because it's permanent, it's darn near impossible to get that off. So, and chalk paste, just so you know, is not chalk paint. They both have the word chalk in them, but chalk paste is like it's like the chalk sticks that your teacher used in elementary and middle school to write on the blackboard, and then she or he could wipe it off because it's not permanent. It's made into a paste form, but it's chalk paste. Chalk paint is just paint that has some chalk in it, which makes it a little easier to use, but it's paint. So don't use latex paint, craft paint, acrylic paint, chalk paint, milk paint, or any paint on your stencils. What you want to use is either chalk paste or ink. You can use the torch paste that burns. You can use etching cream, but no paint. Okay, so here's this right now, and I will fiddle with it off camera, and I will get pictures of it all dolled up. Look, I've already gotten black on the edge of it. So I'm going to set that clear over here. I can fix that. Okay, let's fiddle with this one. First thing we're going to do is pull our tape off gently. I seriously love this color. It's called Almond Latte. And then the paint that I use to paint the surface, which is A-okay, I just don't use it on my stencils, that is called ink, and it's a Waverly paint from Walmart. This I'll do also some kind of pretty little something, probably a little more simple because it's got a busy edge. But I'm going to use this beautiful stencil that says, "Not by my strength, but his." And I'm going to use the same Almond Latte chalk paste. And I wanted to just point out, I mean, these are just a few. But Magnolia has so many beautiful stencils that you can use just the words or just the design. This one is from John 3:16, and it says, "For God so loved," you know, that's the verse that says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whosoever believes shall not perish, but have eternal life." So this one says, "For God so loved." This one I love. This is from the book of Esther. And on the round one, you could just use the words. It says, "Perhaps you were created for such a time as this." Or you could use the pretty little bouquet of flowers. And I love this one too. This is from Psalm 119, verse 105. You could use just the words or just this beautiful little lantern. And it says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." Psalm 119, verse 105. And then there's Christmas ones. Oh my goodness. There are so many options. So, and there's new Christmas designs, but this one, these two I'm kind of doing with a non-seasonal theme, although the deer do look appropriate for winter and Christmas and after Christmas. They're not technically, they could be, that stencil could be used any time of the whole year. Okay, so I just fuzzed this, and I'm gonna figure out, okay, I am gonna do a bow, so I'm gonna squinch it down just a little bit. I do want it to be straight, that is important. Okay. I have used this stencil a few times besides just using it on this little breadboard. Oh, and by the way, these breadboards, I don't know if I told you this, I forget what I've said. They are available from MagnoliaDIY.com also. When will you get a winter catalog? There is a winter catalog available, and they just put it on the website, so you can order it for $3. I would just add it to your next product order. You can look at it online. And there's a possibility that with next month's craft club, I can't say for sure that they will include the little catalog. They're little. They're just a little add-on. I can't see where my last one is. But they have great ideas. Okay, so I have this on here. This would have been super pretty if I had used silver, I'm thinking. And I'm going to use my almond latte chalk paste again. And I had just added water to it, so let me stir it up good. Don't use regular tap water or bottled water. You don't want to add impurities to your pot of chalk paste, and those kinds of waters have impurities. You want to use distilled water, which you can buy at every grocery store, like a big old jug of it for 97 cents. It's not expensive. And that's what I keep in this. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly, and I seriously mean quickly, push this through the holes. My stencil. And then I'm pulling up the big globs. You don't have to go crazy if there's globs like on an area where it isn't, you know, have holes. Oh my gosh. This is stunning. Okay, let me throw this over here. It seriously is beautiful. So, what I want to, and I'll put something right here, a bow of some sort. Probably a simple one, maybe just a bunch of cream, like maybe some lace and some canvas deck and some tulle, I don't know. Anyways, but what I want to encourage you with this idea is, suppose you want to do your kitchen in red and white. You could do all of these projects with red and white, or in purple, or in silver and cream, or silver and black, or absolutely whatever combination you like. Isn't it pretty? Vera says it's beautiful, and Denise Swinford says that is so beautiful. And Melanie Block says that's so pretty. I'm pretty excited about it. So let me grab the other one. And I want to show you some of the other projects, so don't jump off just yet, that we've been working on here in this black and cream theme. This was the first project. This was and I need to paint the back of this. This was a beautiful wood tray that has rope handles that you can get from MagnoliaDIY.com. I used the same plaster colored paint. And then this is a new stencil that just came available this week. It's called Country Living, and it has this gorgeous barn on it. That's the first thing we did. And then, next up, I made this beautiful riser. Look at that. And I did paint that underneath of it. This was just a 12 by 12 round from Target that was meant to be hung this way or this way. And I used some little pieces off of a Christmas garland from Walmart. And then this is same plaster color paint, same black chalk paste. This stencil right here is called Mosaic Tile. I love how that turned out. And then yesterday I made this pillow wrap, which is also a Magnolia surface. And I used black ink, and this is called Folklore Forest or something like that. Look how fabulous that is. And then a few weeks ago, I used the cross pattern and some canvas to make this Bible cover. And I have one more thing to show you. And that's this. It's going to be a Christmas pillow with that gorgeous new Christmas tree stencil. So, yeah, there's lots of beautiful things that you can do using these colors. And I'm pretty pleased with how these came out. I think they would look great. You know, if you were doing some black and cream accents, I think they'd be fabulous. Well, I don't want to, I suppose they'll dry except for on the very front. Anyways, let me know if you would like my complete supply list. I'm going to include everything, like the fact that this black paint from Waverly is called ink. This is called plaster. This creamy colored chalk paste is called almond latte. I'll have links for the things that you can order online, links for the stencils. So many beautiful stencils. You can never have too many. You know what? I totally feel the same. Oops. Because I can use a stencil 5 times this year, and then I'm going to tuck it away. And then I can bring it out next year and use it a couple times next year. It's an investment in your crafting stash that you can use over and over and over. And every time I use it, I am doing it in a different theme, different colors, so it doesn't look like the same thing. I've seen, for example, this barn done in colors, like in red, and it's fabulous. So, plus you can make gifts, you can do all kinds of awesome things. Anyways, could you have the link? Yes, I will absolutely get you my complete supply list. Do I have a link for the sweatshirt that I'm wearing? I do for this decorative part. This was a pretty ribbon. I don't for the sleeves and the band yet, but I'm going to make one. Because I just had to fiddle around and see if this would work. And honestly, I can't decide if I want to do a little snip right here and a snip right here, or if I just like it like this. Also, I want to have a chance to wash it to see how it wears and see what happens. So be watching for that. Next week, we'll do the sweatshirts where I show you how to cut them up. It's not hard. It's just important where you do it. Alrighty, you guys, thanks for joining me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let me know if you want supplies. Do a this or a this. Or say something to me in the comments. I will get pictures later after I get a chance to finish everything up. I'll put them here in these comments. I'll also just put them on DiyDreaming. And I will see you guys later. Bye, everyone.